Waka and welcome to a brand new video of Jeanluc.sr, and I'm wearing my Suriname gear because we're gonna do a Suriname video today. For those of you who don't know what or where or anything about Suriname, Suriname is a small country in South America, located in South America, part of the Caribbean community and neighboring Europe. Okay, not really neighboring Europe, but we're neighboring the neighboring country of French Guyana. French Guyana is overseas department of France, so it sounds kind of cool to say that we're in Latin America and also part of or connected to Europe. I'm gonna do a one-take video. I might edit it later, but for now I'm gonna do a one-take video in which I will discuss a lot of random things with a coherent structure as well, because we're going to talk about social media in Suriname. I have my cue card set up right there to give you a little bit basic information about Suriname. We have a population of around 550 to 600,000 people. Yes, it's about 500,000 people. That's the full population of our country. Like I said, we're really small, and about 260,000 have access to the internet. So that's roughly around 50% of the people living here have full access to internet. And then the first weird statistic is that there are like 750,000 mobile phones active in Suriname, which if you calculate it is like 1.5 mobile phones per inhabitant. But yeah, don't think it's because like we have we have two phones, one for business and one for the other business. Nah, it's not like that. We just have a lot of phones, and no, they're not smartphones, because otherwise all of us would have internet access here. So that's a very interesting fact. Another interesting fact is that we do have like 260,000 people who have access to the internet, but there are like 320,000 registered Facebook accounts. 260 people who have access to internet, 320 registered Facebook accounts. Not gonna say what's going on, just gonna say that Facebook is quite big here. Yes, they're duplicate accounts, they're fake accounts, but Facebook is quite big. The biggest page, Stanu Suriname, is about to hit 200,000 fans, of which 75% of the fans are located in Suriname. So yeah, that gives you an idea of how many fans there are, or users are in Suriname as well. So that's quite interesting, and they have been growing. The page has been growing with 1,000 likes a month at least for the past year, so it's not gonna slow down. There are a couple of celebrities as well that have a big following on their personal profile. There are a couple of accounts with 40,000, even one with 50,000 followers as well. So Facebook is really the main channel. It's used for news, it's used for politics, it's used for what we call here smatori. Ask a Surinamese person, they'll explain it to you. Also family stuff, and a lot of complaining that happens on Facebook. The average age is going up, and we'll talk about that a little bit more. But then secondly, we're gonna go to Instagram. So Instagram in Suriname is the second channel that reached the 100,000 user plateau. It's about 106,000 users that we have currently in Suriname registered on Instagram, and it's really the second channel. The age group is a little bit younger. I think it's 18-24 is the biggest group on this channel. And the interesting fact, we have Instagrammers with over 100,000 followers, and recently one of our makeup artists, local makeup artists, had a post which had like more than 90,000 likes on that single post as well. So it's quite a growing community still. Instagram is getting bigger and bigger in Suriname, and the growth is kind of going a little bit slower than the last couple of years, but it's still growing. So the third channel would be LinkedIn, and LinkedIn is around 59,000 users, registered users in Suriname. So it's about to be the third channel that's reaching 60,000 registered users in our country. And LinkedIn, the age group is in between Facebook and Instagram. The biggest group is 25 to 34, and we're seeing a lot of people trying to get their personal branding, trying to get better jobs, a better career, and a lot of interaction from outside as well. I do want to note, watch out, we accept a lot of accounts from abroad, and unfortunately a lot of fake accounts have been added on LinkedIn as well, so that's something to watch out for. For the rest, it's quite busy. It's funny for me to see that I even get a lot of traffic and a lot of interaction on LinkedIn when I post as well, compared to Facebook, my Facebook page. So that's something interesting as well. The community is really more interactive than I would have thought years ago. So those are the three main ones. Then we get to the other channels when it comes to statistics that we have and that we can talk about. Another one that's interesting is Twitter. We have Twitter in Suriname. Either Twitter has grown in the last year or their statistics have gotten a lot better, because the total reach that we can find for Suriname used to be around 10 and 20,000, but this year when I did the research, it was between 40 and 60,000 accounts registered in Suriname. So either you have been withholding information Twitter, or actually the channel is growing. I mean, there are trends outside of Suriname saying that youngsters are starting to use Twitter again, and I have seen a growth in use of Twitter. There are a lot more interactions for me on Twitter with Surinamese people than the years before, but I'm not gonna be convinced that it's really there yet and that it's really growing. Then you have YouTube. For the second straight year, there was a Surinamese video that went over 1 million views, which is great. I have to say compliments to that. It was the second year because the year before, in 2016, there was also a Surinamese video that scored 1 million views. Now we're counting videos that were from Surinamese artists living here and performing here, and we're not focusing on Dutch artists that have shot a video in Suriname, because then the list would be longer, and Surinamese artists that live abroad, work abroad, that make music videos, if you count that list up as well, then the list of course is a little bigger. But music is definitely a big part of the community in Suriname, the YouTube community. One of the YouTubers, like local YouTubers, a comedian, has started doing parody videos, music videos, and those have, if you put them all together, it's also going to be more than 1 million views for just those parody videos as well. And also there are a lot of more YouTubers coming up. I think the comedian I was talking about is around 17,500 subscribers, and that leaves him behind a reaction video guy who has over 20,000 subscribers. And there's actually a local band, which surprised me. There's a local Surinamese band with over 45,000 subscribers, so props to you as well. Yeah, I've seen it, so that's really cool as well. So YouTube and music is definitely going. A lot of it comedy as well. Comedy scores well on both Facebook and on YouTube. So the communities are growing. Unfortunately, YouTube doesn't allow me to give me the proper statistics of how many users we have. Also another thing, you don't have to be logged in on YouTube to see the video, so that makes it a little bit difficult to give the exact figures of how many people are actually registered and how many people are watching. There's a discrepancy there. So that's basically another channel. And then we get to the real issue here. Facebook and Instagram are still growing in Suriname, but the teenagers are moving away from the platform. There are less teenagers on Facebook and Instagram in 2018 than there were in 2017. So there is something moving there already. And of course, one of the major platforms that they go to is Snapchat. Unfortunately, Snapchat, okay, great that you gave us access to your ad management tool, great that we can advertise in Suriname, but we cannot target Suriname. So that's a big problem. Suriname, or Suriname as I call it, is not really officially listed on Snapchat as a country, which makes it really hard. I mean, yes, we can make filters for our country, but in the ad management, you can't find Suriname anywhere, so we can target Suriname. So we don't know how many people are actually using Snapchat in Suriname. Another channel that has the same problem is Pinterest. So Pinterest, please accept us as a country. we would appreciate it a lot. So that's another one. And then also Google Plus. Martin Shervington, if you're watching this video, you're gonna have to reconvince me to consider Google Plus, because right now it's a ghost town compared to other social media platforms. So that's basically the main social media info that I have about social media in Suriname. I will put out a full blog post with statistics, which ages as well, with more information. The names are the things that I mentioned, so I will link those accounts up as well. But as last, I also wanted to give an idea about mobile app downloads. I could only find the mobile app downloads list for the Apple Store. Unfortunately, the Google Store doesn't have a nice list. I have a random idea, and in my research I have found some information. But the most downloaded apps that I could find on the Apple Store are 1. WhatsApp, 2. Messenger, Facebook Messenger, 3. Instagram Messenger, Instagram, 4. Facebook. So basically Suck has like the top 4. Congrats to that. We're like really Facebook minded in this country. It's amazing. And then 5, of course, YouTube. 6, Snapchat. So that definitely proves that Snapchat is quite big in Suriname. Unfortunately, we don't have the full user statistics. So that's a short recap video. I did a one take because I really wanted to put out this video today. You can watch this video on DTube, on YouTube, and on Facebook. I'll be uploading this video on those 3 places. I might edit this video or make a new video to put in some more visuals and fun things as well. For now, this is gonna be the video, and you better watch my pages for the full blog version of my social media in Suriname Research 2018. Thank you for watching. Love you. See you. Tambung. Bye.